real quick. Whew, I remembered. Oh man, I had this big sticky note right here, record. Proud of myself for that. So what's up, guys? How's it going? For those of you that jumped on, we were just finishing up the new advocate welcome and all that stuff. So if you're watching this from the Facebook stream, the new advocate welcome is just going to stream right into the team meeting. I'll change the title later. But I'm super excited for tonight because, you know, when it comes to this business, I feel like most people, we all have these really big goals, right? You jump into this, the potential's there, the tools are there, I can do this. And, you know, you have those big goals and you have those big dreams of what this can do for you. And I want you to think about this analogy, because Nat Morris and I are both going to start talking about building a team and consistently recruiting and getting them all of these things to help you build that passive income. It comes from talking about the business. So if you were to think about yourself, let's say you personally owned a coffee shop in your city and it was world renowned, the best coffee in the world, best coffee, hands down, voted, everyone knows it. It's awesome. Everyone comes to you in that town. It's great. You will never beat Starbucks. Why? Because Starbucks is freaking everywhere. And that's the power of adding business partners, is because you get to reach other corners of the country that you would have never even imagined being able to have sales in Alaska or Hawaii or Oregon or wherever, all the way across the country. So just know, as Green Compass starts to expand, we are going to be a global organization. You may have teams of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people all over the world, because we are in this company at the right place, the right time, right now. So I just want to get you in the mindset of, if you're excited about the business, that's what people are going to purchase, because it's always whatever you're excited about. Like if I start hyping up that chapstick like crazy, I got the best lips in America right now because of that CBD chapstick. Guess what people are going to buy? They're going to buy the chapstick because I'm hyping it up. So think about yourself, why you joined, if it's for the business or the products. Typically, the reason you joined is what you end up wanting to sell. But when it comes to offering the business to people, if you're genuinely just excited about this business and where it's going and where it's taking you, where it's taking so many of your friends, people don't want to miss out on that. Right? There's a big FOMO that starts to happen in people's minds because this is going places with or without us. And I let people know that this is going places, we're going places, you may as well jump on because it's awesome. And that's what people want to be a part of. And as long as you're kind of bringing it to them with excitement and all of that, just know that's gonna go really well. I think I got myself really hyped up from the welcome call. I'm sorry. I just like carried it right on over because I forgot that I wanted to just announce, for those of you who didn't know, you guys are new, that we do have a team retreat coming up May 20th in Asheville, North Carolina, May 20th to May 23rd. Everyone's invited, everyone can come. There's no like restrictions or anything. There's a whole Facebook page just for the Team Limitless retreat, but if you're not part of it and you're interested, just message me after, or whoever your sponsor is will invite you. It has all the details from the itinerary to the hotel. The Lindsay Petty, Emily Beal are both going to be there. They both have over $1 million a month teams. We have Vanessa Bowden, Regional Sales Manager, Sarah Nilsson, VP of Sales, and Meredith Cook, who is the owner of Green Compass, all going to be there. And Jim Larson, who is a super successful network marketer, podcaster, author, amazing motivational speaker. We're going to have a badass time. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a blast. And I would love for everyone to be there. So just know, reach out to me later if you didn't hear about it. But I forgot to make that announcement before I started getting into my spiel about, recruiting and just talking about how awesome this business is and how to offer it to people. So I know I'm going to talk a little bit later, but I also want to introduce Nat Morris, who has been very successful in this exact same thing. He was actually in the top 10 in adding business partners for all of last year in the entire company of over 14,000 advocates. And he's never done this before. A lot like you, jumped in, had excitement, decided to go for it. And Nat, I want to kind of let you speak on, how you've been able to consistently bring in new business partners every month, and some of your top tips on what you've really learned, maybe what you were doing that you had to change to become better, or just some of your top tips on overall adding new business partners.
Yeah. Thanks, Devin. So sorry, like I said, I've never done this before. I got an 8-week-old baby right here beside me, laying in a bowl that mommy's coming to grab right now. But anybody can do this anywhere, anytime. But before, like, I want to talk, I just want to take 1 second. I want you guys to really focus and listen to me and hear what I'm saying right now. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m., we get to hear from the number one recruiter in the whole company, Mr. Devin Shaw. So I don't know if you guys truly appreciate how much effort he gives into us and how much he pours into us. So first and foremost, Devin, I'm so thankful for you and what you bring every night. Like, I love your passion. Like, I just logged on 4 minutes ago or 7 minutes ago. Now I'm excited. Like, you bring it every single night. I love it. You're always there for me. And literally, Ronnie, I heard the tail end of your conversation. I don't mean to call you, but like, he truly cares and he truly will like do anything he can to help you. So I want each and every one of you guys to hear that and just know how much he pours into us. And I can't say thank you enough. And I can't say it again, the number one freaking recruiter in the whole company, 14,000 people. And it wasn't even close. Like we talk about, he just said at the retreat, like Lindsay Petty's going to be there from Asheville. He blew Lindsay Petty away by 30. And Lindsay, if you can hear me, I love you. You're the bomb. But like, I mean, Devin is a bad man. So just listen to every word. So I had to get that out there because Devin, you do not give yourself enough credit. You always want to brag on everybody else. So I had to brag on you for a second. So anyway, but
Thank you.
yeah. So you deserve it. So anyway, thanks for letting me come talk and all that kind of stuff. I gotta be honest, guys. I'm just a normal dude. Like, I'm just like Devin. I do anesthesia for a living. This is way out of my comfort zone. Like, I try to get people to sleep as fast as I possibly can so I don't have to talk to them. So, this is a game changer. And like Devin said before, this has been so rewarding for me because like when we put people to sleep, usually we drop them off in recovery and we don't get to see them afterwards. So like, I never hear like, did the knee surgery work or the shoulder surgery or whatever it is. So I can't tell you, it's so rewarding for me because I get so many testimonials of how these products had helped. And, that's one of my big whys for doing this. I got several whys, but that's one. But, I'm just going to be honest and real with you guys while you talk. And if you guys have questions or anything, like, I don't have some master system. Like, I got notes. And every day I look at this note. So the first thing I'll tell you is just get organized. Like, so you decide you jump in and like, Devin and I laugh about this. Like, I wish I could relaunch my business now because all the tools that he's given us. Like, I can't, if you guys just joined, you guys are so lucky because when we started, I mean, I was posting my link. I was like, my launch post, I was like, hey, I just joined this CBD company. Go to natmorris.greencompassglobal.com, buy everything. And nobody responded. So like, I mean, he's done everything to like help us, myself included. So the first thing I tell you is like, do that excitement, like do a welcome call with your upline, make a list. Let's do a launch party. That's the first thing I would tell you as far as recruitment. Anybody that joined your team, do those 3 things, and that will help that trickle down to your team. So I'll say those again. Do a welcome call as soon as they join with your upline. 2, make their list, 25, 50, 100, whatever that number is. And then 3, schedule a launch within their first 2 weeks of business. So that's my tip when they join. So as far as getting people to join, let me back up. I got excited. Sorry, Devin gets me excited. So anyway, my first thing is get organized. So I have a book. You can do whatever. You can have a whiteboard. There's several different ways you can do it. There's no right, wrong, just however you can get organized. And I have a list of people we like to call like our class A prospects. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but Devin's talked about it several times. But basically, I have a list of people that I've talked to within 60 days, and they've shown interest in the business. So those are kind of my class A prospects that I really kind of focus on, and I reach out to and so forth. So then I have a list of people that I've talked to. I started in October of 2019, and I just had somebody last month join me that I talked to in October of 2019. So people are watching. And, this is definitely a delayed gratification business. So the third thing, sorry, I kind of got off on a tangent, but the third thing after my list is set a goal for yourself, like of reach outs that you want to do per day. I can't tell you what that goal is. Wait, it could just be one. It could be two. For me personally, I try to do 5 a day. So if you're new to, do whatever you're comfortable. If you want to do 5 for the whole week, doesn't matter. You can do them all on Monday, you can do them all on Friday, but just finish your week and hit that goal, whatever that is. And then I also have a number of follow-ups that I do every day. That number's 5. I just keep it simple. Everything's 5, 5, 5. So I do 5 reach outs, 5 follow-ups, and then I pick 5 people to engage with. This has been really hard for me because anybody that knows my story, like I didn't have an Instagram until a year ago. So I'm not some social media guru or anything like that. I've had to work really hard to get that. So I've tried to like engage with people on social media, like which is hard to go comment on a random person, but I try to just pick 5 people because with the algorithm that helps like your stories pop up and people are watching what you're doing. People are so intrigued in this industry, and what's happening. So the fourth thing, and I think this is the key thing, is don't overthink it. Like we talk, like I used to like type out my message and then I wouldn't hit send because I would like, oh man, it's the grammar's not perfect, or like just don't overthink it. Just be yourself. You don't have to morph into this creepy salesperson. Like just be yourself. Be like how you would talk. Like if you don't say yo dude, don't say yo dude. If you say hey buddy, so just however you would talk to your friends, just be normal. And then the key, so send it out. I always say, and we can talk about some verbiage here in a second, but I just think after you send the message, it happens all the time. And you like talking about Devin because he has a funny little emoji he sends to people. If people don't respond, just make it funny. Send something funny like, are you there? Are you alive? Because people won't respond. You can read it takes like 7 to 10 reach outs to actually get somebody to join your business. And that fact is really true. So it's definitely, like I was saying, it's a delayed gratification. You have to plant the seeds. And like, I know I keep picking back on, I don't mean to keep calling Ronnie out, but how Devin was saying, like at the end, you have to like base your conversation off what people ask. Like at the first, I was bad. I word vomited everybody. Like I wanted to throw numbers and tell them everything and every single thing about Marathon Sterling and our company. People don't want to hear that. They just overwhelms them. So find what it is that kind of can resonate with them, whether it be the products or the business or, whatever it is that can help them. And let that kind of like help your conversation. And then until these people say no, like a firm no, then I'll keep talking to them. And one thing that I have in my phone, like I can't really show you because you won't be able to see it, but I have in my Instagram and my Facebook messages, I never delete the message, never. So like, I mean, I might have 100 in there and I'll just go through and like look and be like, oh, I haven't talked to this person in a while. And I'll just send them a message like, hey, how are you doing? Just to try to get the conversation. Like you popped up in my mind, or, if we had talked about their knee hurting, like maybe I'll send them like a testimonial on the Reduce crew and be like, hey, I just thought about you. How's your knee doing? Just something to get them talking. And you'd be shocked how many people come back to you and be like, hey, I've actually been thinking about you. Just today at work, I had a girl that I hadn't talked to in a couple months. And, I just randomly saw her. I was like, hey, how's things going? And she's like, I've been meaning to talk to you. Like, her boyfriend's name is John. She's like, John keeps asking me about CBD. He wants to talk to you more about the business. And I hadn't talked to her in 2 months. So it's just like people are constantly thinking, it keeps popping up on their new feed. So it's like, if you want to be successful in this, you have to continue to follow up because we all think we can put one post on social media and we'll all be millionaires, or I can send one message to somebody about my business and they're going to join instantly. And it's not like that. I had a list when I first started and I had like 10 people. And I told Devin, I was like, I'll have 10 people the first month. I think I got one. Like, it just like everybody that you think will do it immediately won't. And the people, don't prejudge anybody. The people that you won't think that'll do it will do it. So you have to kind of be open. And then I have a sticky note, and I love this sticky note because I always look at this, and I actually wrote it down because I didn't, the sticky notes upstairs, but there's 3 things that I always tell myself when I'm like reaching out to somebody. If they say no, to me, that's next opportunity. You just move on, don't let it get you down. You have to like have a mindset in this industry, in this business, that you won't be like frazzled by a no, because we're all going to get them. If I let a no affect me, I would by far have never made it as far as I, hand. So you have to let that go. And then the big thing that I tell myself is if you fail, FAIL, it's just your first attempt in learning. Like, you know, you don't have to worry about what people say. Like, you're not doing this for other people. You're doing it for yourself. Like, for me personally, I have student loans. I want to put money back for my daughters for college. Like, I mean, there's so many whys that I could tell you. Like, so I'm not going to let what somebody thinks. Like, if they don't see the vision, they don't see where we're going, then, you know, they can watch me in a couple years when, you know, they miss the boat. So, and then end, that's my other thing that I look at. End means effort never dies, because only you can control your effort. Like, you can want to be successful, you can want to do everything in your power to like have a big business, you can dream and you can watch people, but you can only control your effort. You can control your actions. There's days that I don't want to do anything, but I make myself do my 5 reach outs, my 5 follow-ups, and I try not to go to bed before I do it. And I'm telling you, there's nights that it sucks and like you just don't want to do it. But if you want, I have a vision and nobody's going to stop me from getting to the top of this company. And that's what, you know, I believe it, and I know Devin believes, and I know there's several people you wouldn't be on this call if you didn't believe you could get there. And like I said, like, I'm just a normal guy. I'm not anybody special. I just work hard and I want to, you know, be there. Um, I said about the word vomit. Sorry, I got excited, got off my little tangent. That's the big thing, is let the tools work for you. So like if somebody replies to you, like, I mean, with all the stuff we have with Team Limitless and the website that Devin's created and what he's coming out with stuff about Facebook posts. I don't know how much he said. I don't want to, but I mean, you guys just, I can't say enough good things about Team Limitless and just knowing what we have. There's nothing else like this in Green Compass. I have another friend here locally in Cincinnati that joined, still frustrates me to this day. She joined another team and they're out in Virginia Beach, and she still comes to me and she's like, how are you guys doing this? You know, can I join the Team Limitless? I'm like, no, you had your chance, because she sees what's happening. She hears Team Limitless come. Like, you guys are, we're truly lucky to be like in the right spot with the great leader we have. And you know, the other thing, like, you got to be consistent on social media. It's hard. It's been hard for me, but try to be consistent. If there's anything like you see that I post, you're more than welcome to use. Like, I kind of tell people it's like school, like change the verbiage up a little bit. Don't post exactly what I say, but you know, you're more than welcome to use anything that I have. And then the one thing I'll say that's really changed my business and changed recruiting was at the very first, I felt like I was almost begging people to like join my team, like, please come join my team. And once I changed my posture, was like, I don't need you. Like, you don't have to do this. Like, I want you to do it because you want to do it, not because like you have to do it for me or feel like, you know, you're going to let me down. Like, don't join my team if you think like you got to do this for me, because you won't be successful. So you got to find people that want to do it with you. And I tell people all the time, I'll help lead you, I'll help guide you, but you got to decide if you want to do it or not. So those are kind of my top tips. I love what Devin said, like the feel, felt, and found. I don't know if you guys heard that. He can go over a little bit more, but D, what I forget? Like, I kind of got off on just a ramble.
Oh,
Like,
dude, that was perfect. Thanks for the shout out too. I appreciate that.
yeah, well, you deserve it. You don't get it enough.
Yeah, you know, I'm just so proud of so many people that are on this team, like yourself and so many others that have stayed consistent working this business. You know, I think for Nat, like what I have seen and why he has been so successful, honestly, it comes down to consistency. This is a roller coaster of a business where what's easy to start is easy to quit, right? Oh, $300, maybe someone jumps in, their cousin says, oh, you're not doing one of those things, are you? And then they just like fall away when their cousin doesn't even have a clue about what this really is or how this can benefit so many people. So staying consistent and working this business on a day-to-day basis is the key, because your success will rise and fall on what you do daily and not what you do in one day. So as long as you stay consistent, you will see consistent results. And that's exactly what Nat has seen. And basically, you know, why he was in the top 10 with recruiting, because there's a lot of people that, you know, go through ebbs and flows, but it didn't matter what was going on in his life or anyone's, or what was going on around him. He just stuck consistent with the business, had consistent results, and him and his team are absolutely blowing up. So Nat, really appreciate you getting on here and talking about some of your top tips. It's really great. I always love hearing from you, so I appreciate that. And I'm just going to add just a few things that I have found personally to be really beneficial, because he kind of touched on a little bit of it, but there are only 3 things that you can personally control in this entire business. 3 things: your activity, your pace, and your attitude. If you're excited, right, and you're doing the right activities, staying consistent on social media, reaching out to people, it's your pace that is going to dictate how fast you succeed. Because I know somebody who personally recruits almost 15 people every month, but guess what? Their pace is high, like reaching out to about 50 people a day type thing. So just know those are the three things you control: activity, pace, attitude. And when you're going through this business, all you're doing, the whole goal is to fill up your popcorn bag. You have a bag of popcorn. The whole goal is putting seeds in that bag. They will all pop eventually. Like Matt said, he had somebody who he reached out to, talked to a year ago, joined. Someone he reached out to 2 months ago, joined. I mentioned on my welcome call, I had a similar situation. Someone I talked to today, they joined. I'm just filling that popcorn bag. That's all I'm doing. I have no control on the results. I have no control on when that's going to happen, when the timing is right for them, because that's the key, guys. The key is it's all about them. When you can get them to answer yes to these two questions, they will jump in. Is this worth my time? Can I do it? So as you're talking to people, you're usually teasing out those two questions. They are thinking, is this worth my time? Can I do it? I see they're successful. I don't know if I could be successful, right? You might reach out to somebody and you're building up the wrong thing, right? Like I reach out to Matt and I'm like, dude, you would absolutely blow this up. I know with your network, all this stuff, you would absolutely crush it. He's like, yeah, I know I'd crush it. I just don't know if it's worth my time, right? So this is where you're building up Green Compass and how this could be worth their time and where we're going and casting the vision. If you're consistently casting the vision to who you're talking to on what this can do for them, you will have far greater results as opposed to just blurting out facts and word vomiting on people. What can this do for them? Be a servant for them. How can this business help them in their life? Think about them, and that's going to change everything. The less you think about how this is going to help you in your business and how you change it to how this can help them in their life. Maybe you know they have a ton of student debt, or maybe you know they have like 5 kids and got a lot of colleges to pay for, right? I mean, having a side hustle has never been more important than right now after that pandemic. So cast the vision on what this can be for them, building up that they can do it and that it's worth their time. Those are the two main things. Fill up the popcorn bag, and you're going to get people that say no, people that say yes. It's all good. I don't attach myself to the results that other people control. It doesn't matter if they say yes or they say no. They say yes, awesome, let's go. But then who's next? If they say no, totally fine. I'll reach back out in a month or 2 or 3 months. And when I do reach back out and follow up with people, I keep it very simple. You can write this down, write this one down too. All I do is say something like, hey, Nat, I know the last time I reached out to you, it clearly wasn't the right time for you to start something new. I just wanted to reach out to see if circumstances have changed. He knows what I'm talking about. And maybe circumstances have changed, because it's all about what's going on in their life. You don't know. You think you know. You think, hey, they should join my team. I want them to be a part of my team and we should blow this up. We're going to make millions of dollars. But maybe they just had a sick member in the family or a death in the family or something happened with, you don't know. You have no idea. So it's okay. It doesn't matter if they say no or they say yes. You're just like Flo at the Waffle House. I always say Flo. She's the lady walking around who's offering everyone coffee. She comes on over. She asks you, hey, do you want coffee? And you're like, no. Now, she doesn't cry because she thinks that it's her that you're rejecting, because who knows, maybe you just had coffee or maybe you hate coffee. But what does she do? She just goes to the next table. That's all you do. You fill up your popcorn bag and you act like Flo. You just keep moving on to the next person. Keep going on. Keep building your funnel. Keep adding people to your funnel, filling your popcorn bag, all of those things, all of those analogies. And don't be fixated on the results of them saying yes or no. Melanie, yes, exactly. The fortune is in the follow-up. Guys, barely anyone's going to join right away. The fortune in the follow-up is a saying for a reason. All you got to do is just reach back out to them and follow up with them. If you just sent them a tool, just follow up the next day. Say, hey, excited to get your thoughts on the video I sent, or excited to get your thoughts on the Team Limitless website. What'd you think? They might say, oh, I got to check it out. I wanted to finish reading it before I got back to you, or oh, I didn't get a chance to check it out yet. That's okay. You just follow up with them. It's not a big deal. You want to know, they wanted to know more. It's all good. So that's a big part of the process, is that this is all about consistency. And when you are consistent in your activity, your results are going to be consistent too. So one way that I found a lot of success is building a relatability with this business and somebody else. So for example, I don't think Stephanie Manahan's on here. She's a master director on this team. She was just promoted last month. Super excited for her. I know her daughter's like super sick right now, but I had talked to her a couple times. We were old neighbors. We didn't live by each other this time. And I kind of talked to her about CBD. She said she used CBD. She ghosted me, all the whatever. But how I got her attention was I sent her a picture of Emily Beal, who is also a stay-at-home mom at the time and was making like $30,000 a month. And I said that, hey, I see this person, Green Compass, absolutely blowing up. She's a stay-at-home mom just like you. She's making like 30 grand a month. I couldn't help but think of you when I saw this. Just wanted to share it. And all of a sudden, she's like, all right, just if you have time, I'll be available for a call later. Like I'd love to know more. All of a sudden, because it was somebody in a similar situation, her being a stay-at-home mom and Stephanie was at the time too, having all the success, it gets them thinking, I can do this too. If they can do it, I can do it. That's one of the biggest things that you have to build up, because a lot of people don't know that they're not sure if they can do this too. So if you can show somebody, this person is a nurse and they're destroying it. This person's a teacher. This person's a real estate agent. This person's a nurse anesthetist. This person's a stay-at-home mom. This person has done network marketing before. This person's never done network marketing. This person has 2 kids. This person has 1 kid. It doesn't even matter. You just find a way to relate someone that's having success with your prospect. It is going to do way more than you saying USDA certified organic and vertical integration and transparency and all these things. Because if they can do it, so can your prospect. So ATM pages are huge. If you're not part of them, they're invite only, you can't find them. You don't even have to use the ATM method where you're adding, tagging, and messaging. You can add people to it and tag them in a relatable person to them. What I do is I screenshot it and I send the story and I'll be like, I just read this. I couldn't help but think of you. Have you given any thought to what I'm up to in the CBD industry? Because it's usually a follow-up where I'm sending it. And it's just creating that relatability. So really think about that in the whole facts, telling stories style. Like you want to create that relatability, and it works with the products too. But I always offer the business. Even when I talk to people about the products, offer the business. You will have no idea on how many people would be willing to starting a new business. And plus they get a good deal on the products, right? You get this huge discount for this box. I wish I could buy the damn thing over and over. So let them know, hey, I don't know if you know this, but there's actually an awesome business opportunity that's attached where you get all these amazing products. You get to start your own business. It's a lot of fun. I could send you some info on that too. They may have just asked about the chapstick. Who knows? But I'll bring up the business just to let them know. And you will be shocked at how many people may actually be interested in a side hustle. And that's what this is. So if you're excited about the business, you talk about the business, it's something that, you know, well, because I get all the time, like, how are you recruiting so many people? I talk about this all the time. I look at their social media, and literally all they talk about is the products. So there's no wonder that's what they're selling, because that's what they're talking about. So I rarely actually even talk about the products. I do talk about little bits here and there on how they help people, but I almost always talk about the business, and that's basically what people end up doing. So now it gets to a point like, how do I ask people if they're ready? Because people are always like, well, how do you get them? How do you know, like, asking them? I just ask them. This is what I usually say. I say, send me your email if you think you're ready. That's it. We are having a conversation, Send me your email if you think you're ready. Because then what I do is I send them an email to make it easy for them to get started. And if you want to know the exact email that I send, it's in the Team Limitless Facebook page. It's in the Team Limitless back office. You just go to where it says, somebody wants to sign up. What do I send? I even show you exactly what part of my link that I send. You have to make things super easy for people. So I send them the new advocate. I want to be a new or becoming a new advocate page on my website. And then it walks them through what does what mean when it says business name. Yes, they ask for your social security number. You know, here's the Green Compass support link, like in case they have trouble. So it walks them through. So just ask, send me your email if you think you're ready. And you're going to get one of three answers. It's a yes, no, or a maybe. Yes, great. No, no worries at all. And you're just always nice to them. And you know, you can always ask questions. I ask my prospects questions all the time because I want to know where their head's at, and that makes it so much easier when you're asking them questions. So I'll be like, you know, so is it network marketing that you're worried about? Is it CBD that you're worried about? Just ask them and be honest and have that conversation. The more questions you ask them, the more you're going to know what to say. Because people are always like, what do I say? Just ask them. They're going to tell you. You just ask them questions about the business, about CBD. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on that? And they're basically going to tell you what they need to know more about. So it's really, there's no guessing involved. So just keep that in mind. Yes, I think I hit on all my sticky notes here. So the biggest thing with all of recruiting and business partners, adding business partners and all that stuff is you need to be out in front of people. So social media is a free way to blow your business up. Utilize attraction marketing. You don't have to post about products specifically and discounts and all of that. Brand yourself. We have a ton of trainings on utilizing attraction marketing, staying consistent on social media with just your family life, what's going on, your interests, all those kinds of things. Once I changed my mindset on social media, where this became more of my job, if I want to be successful at social media and I want to be successful at bringing people to me, how can I get better? How can I get better at my job on social media? This isn't about what people think about me. This isn't about how cool I look. This isn't about how funny I am or any of these things. This is about how do I attract people to want to partner with me, because they can partner with anyone, right? So why are they going to want to partner with you? And if you start branding yourself in a way, utilizing attraction marketing, it's going to start to, over time, just bring people to you like crazy. It's like magnetic. So attraction marketing on social media, and you can actually start if you feel like you've reached your network. Because I got to this point where I had a very small network. I actually dropped 300 friends before I even joined Green Compass on Facebook. I hated social media, never posted one thing. So I had a small network. I didn't have a lot of influence. Like I knew my dad would join, my stepmom, like that was it. But that was basically, like, I have a very small network. I am not a big network person. That's why I had all this success. Just consistency. And once you feel like you've gotten too many, everyone on your Facebook kind of knows about it, just start adding more friends. It's that simple. I started about 3 or 4 months ago. I was like, duh, like, why didn't I think of that? I heard someone else say it. It's like, yeah, there's like an endless sea of people that you can reach and help with this business. So I find people that are mutual friends. Facebook shoves them in your face anyways. And I would just 5 to 10 people a day, just add them. And if they become my friends, great. They get to watch. I get to watch them. I comment. You know, maybe we did know each other back in high school, maybe not. But if you're just consistently adding to the people that are viewing you, it's going to greatly increase the number of people that are coming to you as well. So just think about that. Taking people from not knowing about the business to knowing about it. Fill up your popcorn bag, be yourself, be genuine, want to help other people, want to serve other people is the biggest thing. It's all about them. The more you make it about them, the more success you're going to have. That's all I got. I hope that really helps. This is something to where if you want long-term passive income, growing a team is where that's at. Product sales are always amazing. I offer the business and fall back on the product. Sometimes, you know what, the business isn't right for them. No worries. You mentioned you had trouble sleeping. I know this will help you tremendously. I'd love for you to try this Sleep Boost and the CBD product, 30-day money back guarantee. Why don't we get you sleeping through the night, right? Maybe the business wasn't right for them. Now I offer the products. Great, I got a customer. Guess what? Person's gonna have an amazing sleep. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm telling everyone about this. I'm gonna be like, dude, why don't you just join and make some money while you tell people? Because that's what network marketing is. And then a business partner happens. So many times, try the products, become a business partner. So start with a business, then fall back on the products. Be excited about the business. Make sure you're offering the business, because guess what? If you're not adding that many business partners, maybe you're not talking about it as much as you think. You're just talking about the products. So be excited, get after it, stick to your daily activities. I'm here for you. You ever need help with anything, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you out. This is special, guys. I'm telling you right now, I see what other companies have done, non-CBD companies, but their trajectory, and this is going to be something that could potentially change all of our lives that are on here. So reach out with questions. Nat, thank you so much for being on here. Thanks for sharing all your wisdom. He's been crushing it too. Reach out to him too. He's got a lot of amazing tips with language, reaching out to people, all of that. So we're here to help. I hope this helped. Let's freaking get it, guys. Let's get after it. First thing in the morning, or right now, if you're on the West Coast, you got people you want to reach out to, go for it. The only person that's stopping you with all of that is you. Activity, pace, attitude. Those are the three things you control.
I love it. Love
Have
it.
a great night, guys. I'll see you.
Thank you. Thanks, Steve. Bye.
Night, buddy.